Welcome back to Valley News Live at noon. In our Healthier Me today, do you know that over 70% of kids between the ages of 5 and 14 ride bicycles? There's also scooters, rollerblades, longboards, and skateboards. And with the high popularity of these activities during the summer comes a high probability of injuries. Joining us today is Jody Jordette with Sanford Children's safety technician. Jody, what's the most important way to keep kids safe during those popular summer activities like biking or skateboarding?
Yeah, well, kids being out on their scooter, bikes, or skateboards are getting such great exercise, and we want to encourage that. However, they do need proper head protection, or it can be very dangerous. Head injuries are the leading cause of death and disability in wheeled sport accidents, and using a properly fitted helmet has been shown to reduce the risk of head injuries by 85%. So it's definitely worth wearing a helmet and wearing it correctly.
Now, what should we look for when we're selecting a helmet for our kids?
When selecting a helmet, you do want to make sure that it's fairly new or at least under 5 years old. You want it to be appropriate for the wheeled sport that the child is participating in. There are bike helmets, and there are also multi-sport helmets that cover more like skateboarding and rollerblading and kids that do tricks and that kind of thing. So you want to make sure it's appropriate for the sport. The helmet needs to fit the child properly, and it really should be one that they like somewhat as well. It needs to fit comfortably on the child and be appropriately sized for that child. You should always make sure that the helmet is sitting level on their head, so that when they look up with their eyes, they can see the edge of the helmet. It needs to cover that forehead area on their body. The straps should make V's by their ears, and then the straps under the chin need to be nice and snugged up tightly.
Is there any advice that you'd have for the parents for children who might be resisting wearing that helmet? Maybe some of the ways that you can get them to make sure they're putting it on every time?
Well, one of the things is always just be a good example yourself. There are bike helmets in every size. It's kind of common that we put our toddlers in helmets, and then we put the professionals in helmets. But for some reason, kids, ages 5 through adult are apparently immune from head injury, which isn't the case. If we do it for our toddlers and our professionals, there is absolutely no reason that those kids in between are not safe. And then also have them pick one that they like, and and let them decorate it if they want to.
Yeah, for sure. We got the X Games coming up. You know that the pros are going to be wearing the helmets, so all the kids and parents should be wearing them too. Thank you so much for joining us, Jody.
Yeah,
well, would you ever think about putting a pie in your pocket? Well, today the cooks at the Mr. Food Test Kitchen have a recipe that has made that very idea popular.